Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. We are on the last palette that's been released from Too Faced. I guess I can say I saved the best for last, but I really don't know what that means. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't. Because it's not. I. Alright, it's called the Cosmic Crush, and this is what it looks like. And here's the thing. Again, I'm going to say that it's the metallics. It's the metallics. Let's get started so we can talk. The first shade I'm going to use is Out of This World, which is right here. We're going to start with that. I think this palette would have had a lot of potential had the metallics been better, okay? Because you do get a little bit of color, but not too much. Like, it's not going to be like out of this world to where you're going to feel uncomfortable if you're like a neutral lover. It just, it gives you a little, you know? And it's in a way that I like, to be honest. Like, I like my neutral mattes and then a pop of color on the lid, okay? This is the look that I created today. And that's the way I kind of like it, you know? I mean, granted, I like color mattes too, but if I'm going out, I'd rather have my neutrals with a pop of color, you know what I mean? Whether you put it on your lid or lash line, however you decide to do it, that's up to you. But that's just like a preference thing for me. But the metallics in this, I mean, I'm sorry, you all, you can get Color Pop. You can get Juvia's Place. You can get, I'm trying to think of the palettes I have. Some of NYX palettes are okay. I mean, even Morphe, kinda. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, it's the truth as far as like cheaper. But then you have the fact that you can go the same price point, which is like Glamlite, Lunar Beauty, Laura Lee Los Angeles colors. Hers really don't have color unless you got the Colored Sky or Candy Skies, the one with her niece. Like, that's the only one you're going to get color with. So, I mean, I do understand that aspect, but for what I paid, like, the metallics are a little bit better in this than the last two. The Pop Tart one, but not by much. Not enough to count. I won't lie. I don't know. Like, I really was expecting this one to be somewhat really good, and the metallics just let me down. But I'm trying to think, if I didn't know what I knew, like all the other brands and what you can get, would I like this palette? And my answer, I think, would still be no, because if I'm strolling through, you know, like Ulta, and over there they've got the Urban Decay, and they got the Tarte, they got the Clinique. I'm trying to think of how mine is set up. But you know what I mean? Like, they've got a wall, they got a whole bunch of different things there. I can't think of what's on the other side. I don't think it's ABH. I think that's further back. But anyway, you get my point. Same price point. Like, I mean, if you're going for a Cosmo palette, a Cosmic palette, you can go with the Cosmic or the Cosmos from ABH even. So, I don't know. Let's go into Superstar. And again, I only used 3 of the metallics, and the purple one actually wasn't bad. Wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad. And then that would be Ultraviolet. And then Hypernova wasn't too bad either. The Frost in Space, though, so that leaves me with 4 more metallics to try. And I don't. And a lot of it is because they don't lay on my eye nicely. They don't. And I understand I have aging eyes, and I also understand that the people that are buying this are probably going to be younger. I'll give them that. But why not make a great formula that everybody can use? I mean, Tarte did it. They reformulated. I mean, come on. It's time. And I keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and they never do it. I don't understand. I just don't understand how they haven't figured out, hey, it's time. You know, we can't keep putting out the same formula. There's so much competition out here that and it's in that same, and this is the same box packaging too, where you have to like make sure you have it all lined up before you know, uh, close it. And I don't like this packaging either. I won't lie, I do not like it. I don't know why they changed it. And it makes it bulkier instead of just a flat palette. I mean, this isn't the worst palette by no means that I've tried, so let me say that. Now we're going to go into Too Faced, this one here, and we're going to run it under the lower lash line. Like, it's not the worst palette in the world, but you also expect so much more when you're paying over $50 for a palette. Especially in today's market. Now, maybe back in the day, you know, that's one thing, but now, no. And it's like Urban Decay. I keep waiting for them to reformulate. It's like you all have built your names. You've got core products in each of the lines that are amazing, you know. So it's not like they don't have the money to put forth a little bit of extra work and formulations. The mattes in both brands I get, so those can stay the same, but it's the metallics that they really need to work on, you know what I mean? Because there's just too much competition out here in today's world, and they ain't gonna make it. Let's be honest here. Your name is only going to bring you so far. Your recognition is only going to bring you so far. People are going to start side-eyeing you. I already am. Let's go into now Ultraviolet right here, this purple. And it lays okay on my eye. So I won't say that it don't lay nice. It does lay okay. It's not by no means the best metallic shade I've ever seen. Even if you stick into the same, you know, price point, and if you stick with other, you know, main brand, or what is it? Not name brand. Well, it is name brand, but, you know, not an indie brand. Like, I'm not even factoring, because I get indie brands are a little different because they really do take the time. Like, once upon a time, Too Faced was an indie brand, but they do take the time because it's their brand, you know. And I would rather pay more to have a good formula than to pay less and not enjoy it at all, you know. But now with this one, I do enjoy it. I will say that I did enjoy. And I do think that this could create a lot of pretty looks. But it's just not the best for the price point. I could buy ABH. I definitely could buy Tarte. And I don't know where the money goes, because let's get real, this packaging is not that great. It's just not. Alright, so you can see how well that laid on my eye. Like, that's not bad. Like, it's not creasing. Like, it looks somewhat smooth, and it laid well. Again, I didn't spray. I don't have a glitter glue or anything, and I'll build it up here in a minute, but it just looks, it looks nice, okay? But let's go ahead in with the Frost Rose, which is this one here. We're going to put this one here in the, this one, Frost Rose, in the inner corner, and I'm going to put the Hypernova right here on the outer corner. But let's go in with the Frost in Space, and it is a lighter shade, so maybe that has something to do with the fact that it's so light. I don't know, but we're going to put it on the inner portion in the, it's going to be my inner corner highlight too. So we're just going to go like that with it. And then build it up a little bit. And then take it into that purple shade. I mean, the star of this show and this look is definitely that purple. I mean, that's a given. And I wanted it to be. Like, that's where I wanted it to be. And it is a very pretty purple. There's no denying. Like, I won't take away from it by no means. It's very, very pretty. Alright. So now I'm going to go back into that purple, because we don't want to lose that purple shine by no means. Just sort of blend it in there with that shade. I mean, that purple is gorgeous, no doubt. And of course the best shade's all the teeny tiny shade, you know. Alright, now we're going to go into, what did I call it? Hypernova. That one right there. And I'm just going to pop that on the outer portion only. I'm going to pick it up. It actually picks up pretty good too. I'll put right here. We're definitely keeping the outer portion pretty dark. Burn it in a little bit. Alright, I think that's the way I did it. I'm trying to make sure both sides are the same. Yeah. Yes, that's how I did it. Now we're going to go back into Superstar, that brown shade that I used in the outer portion, to blend it all in. Okay. Then back into that first shade. There we go. And maybe I went overboard with too many of the shades, you know. I don't think I did this time. Like, sometimes I'll admit to it. I don't think I did, but maybe. We're going to go into the shade Black Off, this gray color with the little sparkles. I do think that would be a pretty color too. I do think that. And we're going to line the lash line with it, the lower lash line, and then the top lash line. do like this shade too to line with. It's like it's not too dark, but it's dark, just dark enough, this gray. And of course I'm using my favorite Rephr brush. Okay, then for top lashes we're going to go in with the It Cosmetics Superhero, because why not? It's been a while. And then for the waterline I had used the LA Color, the gel pencil in the purple shade. I'll get the exact thing in a minute for you. Ow. That happened. Great. Gotta clean that up now. And my eye's gonna water on me. Of course it would. Why wouldn't it, you know? It wouldn't be a look complete if I didn't mess up with the mascara, right? I mean, that's basically the way it goes with me and mascara. Alright. Then for the bottom lashes, I'm going to use the Lancome Def and Seals, but gotta clean this mess up now. Alright, let's just... Alright. And then the Lancome. I may have to put a second coat on the top lashes. I don't know yet. Maybe not. We'll see. Alright. And then this is the final look. I do think, yeah. We're going to have to put a second coat up on the top lashes. Please don't let me mess up. Please don't let me mess up. cooperate today. I might have to pick through them. Oh well. But if you wear falsies, this ain't even an issue for you, so. I just don't wear falsies, so it becomes an issue for me, my lashes, when they don't work for me. That's about as good as they're getting. They want to go everywhere, but the way I want them. Which I guess I could have curled them. That would have probably made it better, but you know, why would I want to do that? But this is the final look using that palette. Here's my thing. Again, I think the look looks really nice. It's a very pretty look. It is. This palette is not worth your money. It's not. I like it. And if it was half off, it'd be worth every penny. If it was 20% off, that's a question mark. So if Sephora has a sale, their Rogue, whatever, their fall sale, maybe. But if it's, 50%, absolutely grab it. If it's less than a percentage than that, you might want to think about it a little bit. Because I'll be honest, what drew me to this palette was its metallics. I'm not gonna lie. And those are the ones that, just aren't giving me what I want. Mattes are beautiful. But I said the same thing about the Pop Tart. Out of all three of them, yeah, that one's probably your better bet. But with that said, you're paying a higher price tag. So, is it worth it for that price tag? I don't think so. I just don't. It's the Neon Gel Eyeliner in Enchanted is what I have on my waterline. For lipstick, it's the Kylie Cosmetic Lip Liner and Lipstick in Christian with a little bit of gloss from ColourPop in the Raw Beauty Christie collection in, I think it's Glacier, right in the middle. For my bronzer and blush, the blush is the Too Faced Cloud Crush Candy Clouds, that one. And for bronzer and highlighter, I actually went into this Becca and Chloe and Malika. And that's the bronzer I'm using, and that's the highlighter I'm using. So I kind of like this palette. I love the bronzer. I love the highlighter. The blushes are just a little bit too glowy for me. If they weren't so glowy, it'd be perfect. But, I mean, I have texture and I'm aging, so my nose is running. So, that's why I don't care for it. But if you do have that, it is beautiful. It is. If you don't have the issues that I have. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped in some way. I'm sorry that it didn't work as well as I thought it would, but I do have the new, I don't have the new Natasha Denona palette. I will be buying that. However, I do have every color in my collection that's in that palette, so I'm going to reconstruct that palette for you prior to launch. That way you can see the colors and stuff. The colors are actually in the, there's 3 that are in the Star palette. 1 that is in the retro palette, but that same one that's in the retro is also in the Lila palette, and so is the other one. So the Percy, which is this one here, the 135 cm, and the Nude Mauve is in this one, but the Nude Mauve is also in the retro. And this palette is I think it's been discontinued, but it's also an older formula. So I'm going to grab the newer formulas if I can find the, what's that called? Percy, PER and then CSE. What number is that? 135 cm. If I can find that in another palette that's newer, I'll grab for it, because but in that little palette, even though they're repeat shades, there's a shade in there. It's also in another mini that is gorgeous. Like, you could never have too many of those shades. They are absolute. What is it called? Galaxia. It stole my heart. It's such a beautiful, beautiful shade. Like, favorite shade of all time, y'all. But I will have that coming in the next couple days, hopefully. But I will be buying it because, well, it's Natasha Denona, and I'm a fool regardless if I have the colors or not. So I will be getting that. But yep, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all of that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, unless I got newer launches, in which I want to get them up as soon as possible, so you know. As far as the 3 palettes from Too Faced, I'm so sorry. I really wanted to, especially the new one, the Cosmic Crush. I wanted to love that. Now, I did hear that the highlighters from that collection are amazing, in which I didn't get it, and now I wish I did. So I may get that when it comes to Sephora, because I have gift cards. And right now money is tight because, well, I'm a fool and I spend too much money. Let's get real. So that's all I have for you today. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.